Hello, welcome to my Psychology and Everyday Life Journal, where I will be exploring how aspects and information from the textbook relates to information and experiences in my own life. To begin, critical thinking is one of psychology's big ideas. It is the ability to take information from multiple sources and compile them into a single cohesive idea. Yesterday I was doing physics homework and I was given two equations. I had to work with both of them to determine the final answer. This is an example of using critical thinking in everyday life. Another big idea of particular interest is that of the two-track mind. It makes sense that we would only have a one-track mind, because we can only really think of one thing at once. Try writing a paper while you are trying to perform algebra. It just isn't done. But our brains do something similar without our noticing. Our conscious mind does everything we think we're doing, and our other track, our unconscious self, is doing all sorts of interesting and very helpful tasks. For instance, while you're driving, are you constantly consciously making tiny adjustments to the wheel, or keeping track of how far the next car is in front of you? Probably not. Many drivers with 1 or more years of experience can drive without consciously thinking about driving. They can daydream about their cat at home, or when they can eat another muffin, and their subconscious mind can handle the driving all by itself. The same is true for walking and eating. If you try eating while consciously making the decisions of how to use the fork and everything like that, you can sometimes find that it is more difficult to consciously try to eat than to let your unconscious mind do all the fork and knife using for you. Another example could be taking a shower, or writing, or typing. Rarely do we consciously command our fingers to press the keys directly. Rather, we can think of a word and our fingers are so well trained that they can type the word all by themselves. It's really quite amazing. The brain has coordinated the muscles in your fingers to type the word puddle so many times that you really only need to type the word puddle, and your brain takes care of the rest. Your conscious mind does not need to type Puddle. Rather, you can just simply have your subconscious mind handle all of that business. Chapter 2 talks a lot about nerves, which relates to my life because I use nerves every day. Today I use at least 7 billion nerves to do different things. It's really quite amazing, especially if you think about how simple a nerve really is. All it really does is take input from a bunch of other nerves and decides whether to send one output. And with an aggregation of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of those nerves, we can create a functioning brain that can do all sorts of tasks like sing a song or create a computer. It's incredible. It's really a testament to the glory of our Creator that He could create something so intricate and compact. It's really quite incredible, quite a testament. One final parallel to discuss is that of the synaptic cleft. The synaptic cleft is the space between the axon of one neuron, the end of the axon, and the dendrite of the next neuron. Now, scientists have devised ways to trick and influence what happens at this synapse. The example in the text is with Prozac blocking the serotonin from returning to the axon it came from. An example in my life is that of caffeine, because when I drink caffeine, I can stay awake in physics and be more capable of taking notes and staying awake. whereas normally I wouldn't be as capable of doing such tasks. Caffeine has allowed me to change my brain chemistry to be more effective when I need it to. And that is the end of my first entry in my Psychology in Everyday Life journal. Thank you for your time.